Disability income insurance. Underwriting disability income insurance poses unique challenges for the underwriter. Unique aspects of individual disability income underwriting. Disability income, DI, insurance replaces income lost during a disability, so underwriters study the factors related to the applicant's employment, such as the type of occupation and earnings. These factors determine the type of policy that will be issued and the benefits it will offer. These factors also determine the policy's coverage and premium. Age. Age affects the likelihood of disability. Older insureds have a greater risk of disability. Sex. The insured's sex affects the premium. Women are more likely to suffer disability than men. Job classification. Less hazardous occupations incur less expensive premiums. Avocations or hobbies. Less hazardous avocations or hobbies incur less expensive premiums. Health status. A history of good health will result in a lower premium. Occupational classification. DI policies define disability on one of two bases: any occupation, any OC, and own occupation, own OC. The any OC definition is comparable to the definition used by Social Security. Under the any OC definition, a person is totally disabled only if unable to perform any occupation for which he or she is reasonably suited by education or experience. Under the own OC definition, an insured qualifies for total disability benefits if unable to perform the material duties of his or her own occupation. From the insured's point of view, the own OC definition is preferable. Policies with an own OC definition are usually sold only to those in professional and managerial occupations. Policies with the any OC definition are usually sold to insureds in blue-collar jobs. Insurers classify occupations according to the risk they involve. This classification considers the likelihood of the insured becoming disabled because of the risks of the job, the likelihood of the insured returning to the job following a period of disability, benefit limits. The maximum benefits available under a DI policy are principally determined by the insured's wages or earnings. They never exceed the insured's pre-disability wages. Otherwise, the insured would profit from the insurance. Key point. DI policy benefits are a percentage of, and always less than, the insured's gross income. This encourages the insured to recover from the disability and return to work. DI policy alternatives. Disability can impose a much greater financial burden on a household than death. This makes the protection from disability income insurance important for every employed adult, especially those with dependents. For those who cannot afford this insurance, there are alternatives. Social Security. The Social Security program pays monthly benefits to participants who are fully insured in the program. To qualify for benefits, a participant must suffer a total disability that prevents work in any employment and is expected to last a year or more and end in the participant's death. Professional starter policy. DI insurance is important for professionals such as doctors, lawyers, architects, and engineers. Most insurers offer policies that let the insured increase coverage in the future without providing evidence of insurability. Also called a buy-up option, it is like the guaranteed insurability rider available with many types of health insurance. For your review. Occupational classifications guide underwriters when determining the benefit limits and premiums for a disability income insurance policy. Occupational classifications consider the likelihood that an insured will be disabled from the risks of a job and the likelihood that the insured will return to work following a disability. Under the any OC definition, a person is totally disabled only if the person cannot perform any occupation for which the person is reasonably suited by education or experience. Because the any OC definition is broad, a person is more likely to find some occupation for which he or she is suited by education or experience. So, a person is less likely to qualify for benefits under this definition. Under the own OC definition, a person is totally disabled if the person cannot perform the material duties of his or her own occupation. Because the own OC definition is narrow, a person is more likely to be unable to perform the duties of his or her occupation, even if the person can perform those of another. So, a person is more likely to qualify for benefits under this definition. DI policy benefits are less than the insured's gross income. This encourages the insured to recover from the disability and return to work. Alternatives to a DI policy are Social Security and a professional starter policy.
Okay, here's the 4 questions. Which occupation would not qualify for a disability income policy based on the fact that it's their own occupation definition of disability? I'll say physician. I know they said it and I wasn't paying attention. Okay, a handyman applies for an individual disability income insurance policy. Which definition of total disability will the insurer most likely use when issuing the policy? Any occupation or own occupation? Maybe own occupation. All right, Debbie owns a non-collapsible individual disability income policy. She received benefits for 1 year and then returns to work. Which statement is correct about the policy's renewal? The insurer can reduce the benefits, can increase the benefits, can cancel the benefits, and the insurer must renew the policy if Debbie pays the premium. Insurer can cancel the policy. Which occupation would qualify for a disability income policy that pays benefits on a basis of its own occupation definition of disability? Maybe lawyer. The lawyers usually have their own occupation. So, like I said before, if you want to do these live, these questions, we're getting near the end of this course. So if you want to see them live, you need to comment. And let me know. If I don't hear any comments, then we're just going to keep going this way. We are 90% done with this course, so by the time y'all comment, it might be over. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I appreciate everybody watching, and if you need to screenshot anything, any of these questions, or need to study to where you can, need to study, you just keep watching the videos until you get it. I usually put the topic and the title, so I only got one of these right. That's why I was saying maybe we should do these live, That way y'all can help me get these right. All right, construction workers would not qualify for disability income policy. And a handyman applies for individual disability income insurance policy. They will most likely use any occupation. An individual disability income policy with their own occupation definition requires that an insured be unable to work at his or her own occupation. This definition is usually used with policies insuring those in white-collar professional positions. All right, number 3, the insurer must renew the policy if Debbie pays the premium. The insurer must renew a non-cancelable policy as long as the insurer pays the premium. Otherwise, they can cancel it. And I got the last one right, a lawyer. A lawyer is considered their own occupation. All right, that's the end of this video. The next one will be underwriting group health insurance.